So today what we're doing is a Legends fantasy draft. What if MLB restarted with Legends as part of it? So there are going to be some current players sprinkled in, and I'll explain it in a bit, but let's get into it. So with that being said, the reason I said there probably will be some current players sprinkled into it is because there really isn't a roster that I could find that had like just all Legends, right? And so it's still super early into MLB 22, and that's kind of why I understand like that's the case. So this was the best roster that I could find. It's right here. It's all-time prime rosters by Capsar. The online ID is Nugs YouTube, Xbox, Switch, PlayStation. You can use the roster. You just got to search it in the vault. It's called all-time prime rosters by Capsar. Start a franchise with that roster, and that's the one I'm using today. So one thing I really noticed about this roster is they kind of turned it into like players in their prime as well. So like a current player. So like I know Jake Arrieta just retired in real life, but they kind of juiced him up to a 95. So you can see that with a couple other players as well, like Joey Votto's boosted up to a 97, things like that for the current guys. So it's kind of like an all-time / like a prime situation going on. So it doesn't really matter what team I pick. I'll pick the Cubs because I'm a Cubs fan. Let's just hop into it. GM contracts off, fantasy draft on. What I'm going to do is ignore budgets so the teams can pick whoever they want, because sometimes contracts are a little wonky with fantasy drafts. And also extra inning rule off because no one wants that. So who is going to be the very first overall pick? Ty Cobb. All right, so let's keep going through it. Joe DiMaggio going second. Like, that's okay. Johnny Bench going third. Felix Hernandez going fourth out of all the players that are in the league. You're going Felix Hernandez fourth. Jeter, Harper, we got Dave Winfield, Eddie Matthews, K-Rod, Pete Rose, Nomar, Juan Gonzalez, and Carl Crawford. So let's take a look, kind of see what else is going on. Apparently we have a 99 overall Yelich. Barry Bonds is chilling here as well. Ralph Kiner, Mike Trout, Acuna, Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Ken Griffey, Eric Davis, Ricky. Holy cow, there's a lot of 99s going on here. I guess we could kind of go by position. It might look a little bit better. Bobby Abreu at 99. Okay. Darryl Strawberry. We got Sean Green, Gary Sheffield, and his son on the internet. Whatever. Jose Bautista, Tony Gwynn, Al Kaline. What else we got? We got a lot of decent players. Jason Worth. Jason Worth got thrown on here. Dang. Okay. It looks like we're starting to get towards the bottom of like the Legends. Tim Salmon. Okay, so there's that. Center field, Eric Davis. We talked about Griffey, Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Acuna, Trout, Shoeless Joe, Ellsbury, Lofton, Jim Edmonds, Duke Schneider, Matt Kemp, Dawson, Sizemore. All right, there's definitely some names here that I'm like, dang, that would be... They actually went pretty deep into this roster. I think it said over 100 players were added or edited. I think that was what the case was, but it looks like they probably just did like 100 plus added, and then they edited some current players as well, because I mean, look at, there's a lot of names here, and this is just the outfield. Like, this is kind of nutty. And again, there are some names that are definitely missing. There are some players that could have been added, and the rosters could be a little bit more in depth. You could have thrown some more players into each team, but again, it's super early into MLB 22. Rosters are time consuming. Like, I've definitely tried to edit some rosters, and I've changed some rosters for videos, and they do take some time. I think the longest that I've spent on a roster is like 6 hours, and that was just adjusting like players overalls that are currently in the game. That wasn't even just adding players, removing players, tweaking a bunch of other stuff. That was just changing overalls. So like that was 6 hours just to change some overalls. This was downloading players, importing them, changing teams, changing attributes. But like this one probably took some time, and like 100 players. Ooh, with the way the vault works, man, that had to have been some time consuming stuff. So what do we got here? I'm liking some of these names for sure. J Ram off to a crazy start in real life. Holy cow. Scott Rowland, Paul Molitor twice apparently. Miguel Cabrera, Vinny Castilla. And then we got Biggio Sandberg, Joe Morgan, Alomar, Soriano, Brian Roberts, Mazeroski, Ray Durham, Rod Carew. Bunch of first basemen for sure. First baseman. And Mark Teixeira. That's a good one to throw in here. What else? Euclid, Morneau, Konerko. We got Mike Napoli down here. Are we gonna have catcher Mike Napoli too? Are we gonna see a catcher Mike Napoli? No. Okay, so that's good. And then, you know, some closing pitchers. Again, the pool to pick from kind of a little bit smaller than most positions, but you can see that, you know, a 40-year-old Troy Percival, plenty of relievers for sure. And I'm assuming we're gonna see some repeats in the starting pitcher category with these legends. Has to be. Jabba Chamberlain made the list, but you didn't give him the beard. Come on, you gotta give him the beard. If you're gonna throw Jabba in, you gotta give him the homeless man beard. You can't just throw him in and not give him the beard. That's crazy. Bullet Rogan. That's a name that I'm not familiar with. I gotta look this one up. Am I just like Bullet Rogan? He was nasty. Holy cow. Okay. All right. That's just a name that I'm not familiar with. Bullet Rogan. Okay. Satchel Paige made the list on this one. Phil. We got Tim Lincecum, Johan Santana. Oh, Johan Santana and MLB The Show. If they could make changeups good. Whew, man, that card would be nasty. J.R. Richard. A couple others as well. I mean, there's plenty of names here. You know, Matt Cain even made the list. Like, he threw in some players that normally you wouldn't think of. And I think that's the fun part of it. You know, there's definitely some different names. There's some lower rated guys. There's some older guys. There's some younger guys. There's it's kind of all over the place. You got R.A. Dickey. Okay. So like I said, there's some good names in here. I'm kind of excited to see what happens, how this all plays out. We have the 14th pick. And I mean, I think there's only one right pick. Barry Bonds. All right, let's look through the rest of the first round. Ted Williams, Darryl Strawberry, Willie Mays, Vida Blue, Jose Fernandez, Hank Aaron, Seaver, Koufax, Alomar, Helton, Sandberg. We got Roger Clemens, A-Rod. I didn't even see A-Rod. Julius Joe, Clayton Kershaw. I think I was looking for him more in the third base category, not the shortstop category. Okay. Cepeda, Reyes, Acuna. We've got a couple others. Mickey Mantle, Bo Jackson. I didn't even see Bo Jackson. All right, what do we got here? Chipper Jones. What else? Vlad. We've got a left fielder. Let's see. I think the pitchers might be a little important right now. So who do we go with here? Like, who's gonna be good? I think Greg Maddux is gonna be nasty. So let's go. Ooh, Randy. You know what? Let's go Greg Maddux. Get a pitcher. Get that guy right at the top. No, Sammy Sosa was taken. I want Sammy Sosa. No, I don't want Gary Carter. Get Gary Carter out of here. I don't want him on my team. Ichiro, that'd be an interesting one. Mike Trout, Jacoby. What else we got here? Cal Ripken. We got Barry Larkin, Troy Tulowitzki. My controller's gonna die, of course. As it always happens when I'm recording, it's like, you know what? I don't have any more battery, man. Sorry. Let's go with Chipper Jones, maybe? Manny Ramirez. I feel like, do we just go crazy and hit as many runs as possible? I think that's the move. Like, Ichiro's a good idea too, but I kind of like Manny Ramirez. Let's do Manny Ramirez. Let's do with that. All right, round 4. Let's get a first baseman. I like Mark McGwire. I saw that name on the list. I'm kind of all in. Let's go with Mark McGwire. A little bit different than normal. I don't think I've ever used Mark McGwire in a previous Legend video. Randy Johnson still available? Yeah, sign him up. Throw him in the team. We're going to hit him with the 1-2 punch of Greg Maddux, who throws like maybe 88 one day. And then we're going to hit him with 105 Randy Johnson the next. Gotta love that. All right. What else? Mariano, lock it down right at the end. Perfect. I mean, this is coming together pretty nicely. What else can we get? A shortstop, maybe? Probably should. It's looking like it's getting a little thin at that position. So what about Michael Young? Or, yeah, we're going Michael Young. Aparicio, no thank you. That was gross. Who else do we go with? And David Price at 99. Good Lord. Posada looks decent. Joe Torre is pretty solid. What else can we go here? Brandon Phillips. Oh, man. I think he's still playing in the Lexington Legends. I think he's also like a part owner of the team as well. I think that's the situation with that team there. I think that's what he's doing with the team. He's kind of like playing, he's part owner, that kind of deal. I might go Larry Doby. His stats look kind of nutty. Actually, I lied. Dante Bichette all day. Get him in the team. All right. What do we have going on? Honestly, like, there's a lot of older like players, like Trevor Hoffman. He's going to be like a 12 overall by the end of the year. and there's a couple others. So you know what? Like I could continue to go through here. Let's see here. Larry Doby might mash. Do I need another outfielder? I mean, one of them could play DH. Let's go Larry Doby, or do we go to the Grandy man? No, let's go Larry Doby. And I probably should get some pitching here. I just don't know who to get. That's kind of a big thing too. Yeah, Wainwright at 40, just can't do it. Like, man, he's gonna be pretty rough. And like I said, there's just not a lot of legends in the game. Unfortunately, Tom Hankey, get him in the team. We're gonna lock up the bullpen. And it sucks because like I tried to find a really good legend roster. I really did. I tried. And it was tough. It was really tough to find one. So it's kind of like an all-time legend situation that's going on. And like it's just because it's so early into the game, it's really tough to get a team like this, you know, or a roster like this. Not a team, a roster like this, because you know it takes some time to import the players, like I mentioned, and I feel like we're kind of at the end of the road with all the legends here. So it's kind of bummer, but it's also kind of cool because of all the overalls. Everyone's been juiced for sure. So what I'm gonna do here, they recommend we get Vinny Castilla. I'm gonna say, you know what? Simulate the draft, handle it all on your own, and let's go take a look and see how everyone's team's looking. All right, let's take a look at some of the lineups. Let's take a look at some of the lineups here. What do we got? Play next game, Babe Ruth with the Reds, looking a little strange there. A little strange in a Reds uni. So what I was looking at is, one, we're gonna look at the roster. You know, we got Jeff McNeil, Mitch Garver on the squad, so that's a little meh. Oh, we got the Milkman. Ooh-wee, the Milkman. All right, what else we got here? I mean, I was gonna say these lineups are looking kind of crazy, but it makes sense. These are all-time / like legend / like prime rosters. Like I said in the description, I think it was like 100+ players, which, man, I mean, there's some really good players. They're all kind of juiced. They're all kind of cracked. And I mean, these teams are looking insane. And there's some names that I definitely missed while I was scrolling through all of the different positions during the draft. And I think, I mean, these teams are insane. These teams are going to be a lot of fun to see how it all plays out. Are the pitchers going to dominate? Are the hitters going to dominate? Is it going to be a little mix of both? I think it's gonna be kind of cool to see how it all really plays out, especially with some of the current guys in there as well. And you can see Bobby Witt's in the mix here, so it'll be interesting. I think also like there could have been some more maybe like old like Babe Ruth era players involved in here, you know, early 1900s. I think that'd be cool to see. But like, again, rosters are, you know, really difficult to make. They do take a lot of time. So for someone to actually put the effort this early into the game and put out a roster like this, definitely really cool. Because like, one, if the player's not in the vault, then you have to go and create the players. So for the people to actually go out and create players too, I know there's people that spend a lot of time creating players. Shout out to them. So I mean, again, this roster is actually pretty solid. Again, it's at the beginning of the video if you want to check it out for a franchise save yourself. But what I was saying was, seeing some like early 1900 players, I think seeing some Negro League players in here would be really cool. You know, like Pop Lloyd, Josh Gibson. I'm not too sure if Satchel Paige was on this one, but like seeing him in here, some of the others, that'd be kind of cool too. Just to kind of get a whole, like the whole, like what's the word I'm looking for? Spectrum of baseball. I don't think that's the right word I'm looking for, but like all the eras of baseball, all the leagues of baseball, all the, you know, the everything that kind of encompasses what baseball is, where it's come from, what it's become, all that stuff. So there's that. Pitching wise, I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing, where you're going to see some current players, you're going to see some legends as well, and it's just going to be stacked. It's going to be stacked. And I'm kind of interested to see how certain players play over the year. Who really has that insane team? So here we are. I think based off what I'm seeing, there were some pretty weak teams as well, but there really were some teams that I think are going to be pretty tough to beat. I think the Brewers had a really nasty lineup, if I remember correctly. I think they had like just every player was like 90 overall in their starting lineup. So that's going to be insane. This pitching rotation looks kind of nasty. Chris Archer at 89. I feel like that's a little generous. I don't know about you, but that just feels a little generous to me. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this all plays out. I'm kind of excited about this. Oh, they do have Bullet Rogan, Satchel Paige, so there's a couple, but I think there's definitely some others that we could have gotten into here. So all right, let's sim it out. Let's see what happens. All right, so this is the first trade I've seen featuring a legend, Willie Stargell for Ryan Jensen, Khalil Lee, and Owen Casey. Okay. Paul Molitor gets moved for a couple prospects, actually prospects all in real life. And I think we'll probably see a couple more trades. What is this trade? What do we got here? Eric Thames, Wander Suero for Mariano. Get out of here. You can't be serious with that trade. Can't be serious. Cannot be serious at all. That is craziness. Okay. What? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's get to the end of the deadline. No more trades? Really? Interesting. All right, I guess that's it. All right, so our team sucked. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Oops. All right, let's unplug the controller. Should be good by now. All right, standings wise, you can see the whole playoff picture there. Honestly, is it much different than what you'd expect in real life? Maybe another East team in the AL makes it instead of one of the Central teams. Based on what the Twins are doing this year, I would assume that they wouldn't make it in real life. But I feel like otherwise, that's a pretty possible playoff picture for what it would be in real life now. And then looking at the NL, maybe another West team instead of the Rockies. And then probably not the Phillies, but I could be wrong. You know, I doubt the Reds either. The Reds are like the worst team in baseball. So definitely a little bit of some changes around the league. Team rankings, let's do that. Kind of see where every team's stacking up. I mean, a team average of 280 is kind of insane. Who had the worst team average? The Mets, 260, which I feel like as a team, that's still not terrible, right? The Rays, are the Rays just that crazy team? All right, I gotta take a look at the Rays lineup now. What did they have? Tim Anderson, they actually traded for Tim Anderson. I remember that happening. Howie Kendrick, Lou Gehrig, Duke Schneider, Reggie Jackson, Chipper Jones, Paul Konerko, Will Smith, and Matt Holliday. Okay. All right, and then their pitching looks decent, but they got some decent relievers too. So, okay, I can see why that team is definitely doing the business, but I think we're looking more at the offensive numbers. Cleveland's looking pretty good too, with a 321 average sitting up there with Ichiro. Man, I should have got Ichiro. Like, why didn't I get Ichiro there? The Twins put up some runs, it looks like. Derek Jeter had 130 runs. Oh, I'm thinking RBIs. That's not runs. 207 hits for Ichiro. The least amount of hits was the Marlins. Okay, doubles. We got the Yankees up at the top. Ichiro with 58 doubles. Is that what I'm seeing? 60 for Barry Bonds. Ooh, triples. Yankees are at the top. Home runs. The White Sox had the most. Who had the least? The Dodgers with 204. Okay, we got kind of seeing where the whole landscape is. Where's Ricky Henderson? I'm not even seeing Ricky Henderson. There he is. He had 23 stolen bases. That's it. Okay, that's fake. This sim doesn't count. Can't count. There's no way knowing that Ricky Henderson didn't have the most stolen bases. You can't have a sim like that and Ricky Henderson isn't at least topping 40. That's wild. All right, let's get into league leaders, kind of get an idea of what's going on here. You got Tony Gwynn at the top along with Mike Schmidt. Ichiro leading the league, just beating out Jose Reyes. On the other side, Carlos Beltran with 211. Woo! At bats, I'm not worried about. Doubles, we already kind of saw that was Ichiro, but Jose Reyes is putting up a good fight as well. We've got Barry Bonds with 60 tied with Carlos Beltran. Is Beltran going to be MVP? I mean, based on the numbers I'm seeing, possibly. Ricky Ashburn with 18 triples, 12 for Shohei. Home runs, Billy Williams with 57, quite a bit over Gary Sheffield. And then Devers with 50 on the other side. Okay, what about ERA and everything like that? So wins and losses, I'm not really worried about. Saves, 43 for Mariano, along with 48 for Christy Mathewson. Sandy Koufax with a 333. So it looks like the ERAs are a little bit higher than the norm. And it's kind of what you would expect when you have some of the best hitters of all time thrown in the mix, right? Like you would assume that would be the case. So who are the award winners? Rookie of the Year, Barry Bonds. And the MVP goes to Barry Bonds. He beats Ryan Howard and Eddie Murray. So no Beltran, even though he led the league in a couple categories. Billy Williams on the other side, winning MVP. We'll take a look at their seasons. I mean, that's kind of nasty. That's kind of good. So is that one by Gary Sheffield. And then Ken Griffey. Look at that card, by the way. That card design, I know it's like an actual card design. Pretty sick, pretty sick. Roger Clemens, not MVP, Cy Young winner. You got a nice 5 ERA in the mix as well. Good system. Good system. Don Sutton is your other Cy Young winner. Tony Gwynn and Mike Schmidt are your batting title winners. Mike Schmidt looks like he had quite the season as well. Ryan Presley. Okay. And Tyler Rogers. Nobody else, just Tyler Rogers. That was the only candidate for reliever of the year. And then rookie of the year is kind of tainted because it doesn't really matter. But we kind of saw who was popping off, right? Like we kind of saw everything there. Let's go and finish off the playoff picture. Let's see who wins. We've got a Colorado versus the Twins. I can't control it. I don't think. I mean, I could go to like the Twins. The Twins are in the World Series, right? Can I view organization's game? I can play the game, but like if I quick manage it, then I actually control the team, and I feel like that's cheating, and I hate doing that. So like, because like that actually like forces me to, yeah, I actually, oh wait, yeah, see, I still have to pitch, right? So like, I guess I can control both teams. No, I'm controlling the Rockies, and I don't like that. I don't want to be part of that, and obviously I don't want to enter the game, and there's no like quick sim that shows you what's going on in game. This is the only thing that I can do, so I'm gonna back out. I don't want to control anything. I don't want to be a part of it. The Twins defeat the Rockies, so what are they? 2-1. All right, let's advance another day. Advance another day. 2-2. Okay. Advance another day. 3-2. The Twins are 1 game away from a World Series. Who's it gonna be? It is 3-3. Game 7 of a World Series. The Twins. All right, let's go take a look at the Twins lineup. What do they got going on? Why are they so good? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Twins. Paul Molitor, Larry Walker, Musial, Trout, Billy Williams. Oh yeah, okay. 90 Gleyber Torres? Are we sure about that one? Gleyber Torres hasn't even played in like 8 games. And we're throwing an 87 Conforto. Conforto's probably gonna play in the independent leagues with the Long Island Ducks or whatever they're called, because he kind of screwed himself over and then he got hurt too. So cheaters. They did something. They tampered. That's not good. Colorado, let's go take a look at their lineup. I have a feeling they were kind of nasty as well. Oh yeah. That's kind of a gross team. They got the knuckleballer Phil on the team as well. I can kind of see why these two teams were in the mix. And then awards wise, who is your World Series MVP? Cal Ripken, and also postseason MVP as well. And then Ralph Kiner on the other side. So there it is. That's what would happen if the MLB restarted with like an all-time / legend situation. Yeah, that's the right word. So there it is. That's today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. Of course, get in the comment section down below. A little bit of fun, a little bit of different than the rebuilds. Take a little break from them. They'll be back tomorrow. Don't you worry. I just wanted to do like something with a legend roster. You guys always want to see something like that, and I thought I found a fun one. I found a fun one that you guys would enjoy as well. So check it out if you'd like. Again, it's at the beginning of the video, and that's about it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Did you enjoy today's video? If you did, I've got another one for you right here. Boom. Right there. Check it out. It's going to be great. Recommend this one.